Hello, I'm Dominic, aka Aga Prime, and today we have another installment in the tournament series where we go through my tournament matches and we discuss why I picked the teams I did, look for opportunities in areas where that brought us victory or things we could have did to do better in the next tournament. So without further ado, let's get to the video. Our first battle is against Web Scratch, rocking 10,000 power. Our conditions are 42 mana cap with no ranged. All monsters get knocked out and dragon and fire aren't usable. In this battle, I don't really have any monsters with stun, so I can't really take advantage really of the battle conditions. So I decided just to throw out one of my stronger lineups since I have higher mana. So we're gonna go ahead and throw out Grunt. I like to pair him with the Slip Spawn because I just feels like that just gives him a little bit extra by taking some of that damage off of him to help him stay through the first round or so. And you always want to put your taunts either in the front or the back. So let's take a look and see how we did. Looks like we didn't win this one. Let's take a look at the match and see what happened. So right off the back, we picked rather similar teams. We both have the double heal. We both have the Regal Parrington. A few key differences. I have the Queen Mycella and he went with the Mushroom Seer. But my big concern is this unicorn here. He always seems to give Grunt trouble. I'm not really sure why, but he just happens to Grunt's out at the end of first round. This ain't looking good. At this point, it's just kind of a foregone conclusion. Yeah, we're not gonna take this one. Kudos to you, Web Scratch. Well earned win. Next up, we have Kaido, rocking 3,000 power. Our conditions are 28 mana cap. Evens only, all range gets snipe, and water and earth not pickable. Let's get after it. So for this style of matchup, since I'm working with evens only, I like to go either life or water for these matchups. So since no water, we're gonna go ahead and go life. For the all monsters have snipe, I like to go ahead and use a taunt, so we're gonna go ahead and throw Shield Bearer in the front, throw in some heal with the Venari Crystal Smith, little damage with the Pellicle Arborist, Time Mage for the speed debuff on the opposing team. We'll go ahead and throw in the Harpy for a little opportunity. Sometimes in these matches, people go heavy on the ranged or magic, so opportunity plays can be pretty powerful. And then let's throw in some chicken for a little extra flavor, adjust the positioning of the teams. Let's see how we did. Hey, we caught a dub. Kaido got this work. Let's see how it happened. This battle is a lesson in using the rule set to your advantage. Understanding that all of his ranged characters are going to have snipe, I put in the taunt to draw all their attention to one place, and then I went ahead and took advantage of the fact that all of my characters were having snipe by just destroying his backline. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Yes, sir, I'll take another. Prime for the win. Next up, we have Tauren, rocking 284,000 power. Our battle conditions are 40 mana cap. All monsters have knockout, no water, no earth. Let's get after it. So for this battle, I honestly wasn't really sure what I was gonna play. Due to the sizable power difference, I knew he was likely gonna have some cards that I don't, so I was a little bit concerned about which team to throw out there. So I went ahead and threw out a primarily range-based team with the Warrior of Peace out in front. He's one of my favorite cards. And I figured we'd see if we could go ahead and blast him into Novemberland and see if we couldn't get a dub. Although, looking back on it, not having a second tank is probably gonna be problematic, considering I don't have the ranged in first position rule set for this match. But let's see how it looks. Although not surprising, it's still a little disappointing we didn't win this one. Let's check the footage and see what happened. Just looking at these teams, he's got an awful lot of magic and I have no counter for it. This isn't gonna go well, and he's got a magical snipe as well, not to mention a Dr. Blight. It's big fish out here. Sometimes you end up in a battle with monsters. That's alright, that's okay. We'll be there one day. Alright, Torin, I see you flexing your muscle. You got me this round, but it's okay. I'll be coming back, so watch out for me. Well-deserved win. Alright, we're gonna shake that one off and on to the next one. We got T. Ling rocking 80,000 power, 15 mana cap, Stampede, so all monsters can trigger trample additional times. Only Earth, Dragon, and Life available. Let's get it. You know, for a small mana battle, I figured, hey, I just go with one of my big gunners. One of my favorite cards is Grund. I got it as a gift from Old Man Q. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw Grund in the mix with a body shield, and let's see if he can go power us in for a win. Oh no, Grund was crushed. Let's see what happened. Unfortunately, Grund couldn't have got a worse matchup. Not only does the guy have a Kron, but he's also got a Mylor, and Mylor is like, and Thorns are like Grund's Achilles heel. If you got a Mylor team with a Grund attacking, he just doesn't last very long. Tough. But I see you, T. Ling. Well-deserved win. I'll be coming for you. Watch out for me. Tough loss for Kron, but let's get to the next one. We got Hazem 91 rocking 400,000 power, 24 mana cap, no magic, earthquake. So everybody but flyers take 2 damage each turn, only water and life available. So for this one, I figured I would just take advantage of the rule set, throw in the Pellet Core Conjurer, a great flying tank, even though he doesn't have an attack, and then just surround him with some flyers. That way they would be able to survive the earthquake. And since I threw in the Harpy there for the opportunity play, I went ahead and threw in the Scavo because I knew I was gonna throw in the Truth Seeker, and she gives everyone armor. So if the Harpy managed to take a hit and didn't die, the Scavo could go ahead and repair the armor to the Harpy. Why leave the Scavo in the 4th position, you ask? I honestly don't have a good answer for you. Hopefully our opponent can't take advantage of it. I left the Scavo hanging out there, but Hazem couldn't take advantage. We got this dub. Let's get to the footage and figure out why. So looking at the board here, my opponent definitely has some nice cards, but I'm not really, it doesn't appear that he was really playing to the rule set, and I think that that's ultimately what's going to cost him this battle. As you see here, the opportunity play gets rid of his cleanse, which I don't know what the cleanse was going to be useful for anyway, but from there the earthquake just decimates his team. Another win for taking advantage of the rule sets. Take advantage when you can. This is barbecue chicken, baby. Hazem 91 has been conquered.
Aqua Prime reigns supreme.
On to the next. We have Kyle Boo rocking 3000 power. Our battle conditions are 38 mana cap, no ranged. Earthquake, we've been getting a lot of earthquake this tournament, and then no water, no life. Let's get it. Okay, so for this one, I figured we go with Bright and Bloom since Dragon's available. She's a summoner that gives all of your monsters flight. With green available, you always gotta be on guard against possible magic. So I figured we would go with the Naga, the dragon tank here that has the void armor. Throw in some magic damage in the back. I think I'm gonna throw in the Mycelic Slip Spawn in the back just to try and take a little bit of heat off of the Naga Brute. We have all the time in the world because we are not gonna be taking earthquake damage. So let's see if our opponent can survive both the earthquake and our relentless assault. Final touches, let's make sure we get our reach monster in the second position so he can use his ability and try and get anybody squishy in that 3 to 5 range so that they'll be protected. Hey, we went ahead and took this one. Hey, don't sound so surprised. I mean, I may not be an expert in this, but I know a thing or two. Let's get to the footage and figure out why. In this one, it looks like our opponent did throw in some flyers, so they will survive the earthquake. But I countered his Mylord very well by going with the Naga Brute, by just limiting the Twilight Basilisk to the only character who's actually going to take Thorn's damage. It really took apart the meat of his team. From there, Earthquake is going to take care of his big guns, and then we still have almost the full team standing when it's time for it to get down to the nitty-gritty. To me, this is one of the best ways to counter a Mylord play. Go with a non-damage dealing tank and bring the heat. Kyle Boo fought hard but wasn't up to the challenge. Who's next?
Aqua Prime reigns supreme.
Alright, we're halfway through the video. If you stuck with me this far, please go ahead and smash that like button for me. And if you like the content, go ahead and subscribe so you can be notified when I release more. Let's get to the next match. Next opponent is Raven Shelby, rocking 70,000 power. Our mana cap is 16. We have fire, death, and life available. We got weak magic, so that means all magic hits armor first with the equalizer rule set. Let's get into it. With 16 mana cap, low mana matches are really my Achilles heel. I'ma just try and grab some low health monsters, pair them with maybe some healing, maybe some armor, and see if we can get the equalizer rule set to kind of play in our favor. Maybe the other team will play a monster with a lot of with a high health and help us out in this match. Honestly, I'm really not good at these low mana matches, especially this rule set. Only one worse to me than this one is Little Monsters. But let's see how it goes. So, well, we didn't win this one. Let's get to the footage and figure out why. Outside of the fact that I suck at these matches. Okay, so you got Dr. Blight. Ooh, I just watched Infidel's video and he was talking about how life leech monsters are really good in equalizer matchups. And oddly enough, I got so concentrated on the equalizer that I didn't even look at the rest of the rule set. He's got 3 magic dealers and I have no shield. What am I doing?
Embarrassing.
One other thing is I noticed that his summoner has the -1 ranged, which also really kind of neutered my team here. Really took a lot of the bite out of our attack. So this match took a minute, but the end result was never in doubt. Raven Shelby, this one's yours, but don't get cocky. I'll be coming for you. Well-deserved win. Putting that unfortunate incident behind us, next up we have Ann and KJ 611. Rocking 10,000 power. Our match conditions are 21 mana cap, no earth, no life. Everybody starts with a divine shield and no sneaker snipe abilities. Let's get into it. So for this one, I was feeling a little defeated from the last fight, so I'ma just throw in my favorite card. We're throwing in
Janice.
We'll also go ahead, throw in the Serpent of Eld, the Morality Guardian for some tank heal, and then we'll toss the chicken in front for a little extra flavor. Let's see how we come out. I knew Oceanus couldn't be stopped. Let's get to the video to figure out what happened. Look at this. Our opponent actually has an Oceanus himself, which for most would be a problem, but for me, I brought a Bortis with me to make sure that that Oceanus only has 1 magic, so he can't even touch mine. Once the Serpent of Eld, if they manage to even get through the Serpent of Eld, they got the mighty Oceanus waiting on them, and we should all know by now, a rampaging Oceanus is not to be trifled with. This win is in the bag. Barbecue chicken, baby. Oceanus for the win. Anna and KJ, thank you for participating, but
Aqua Prime reigns supreme.
our next opponent is Hutoru, rocking 15,000 power. Our match conditions are 24 mana cap, no life monsters usable, only rares and commons available with divine shield. Let's get it. For this matchup, since I can't choose life, I'm gonna go ahead and go earth. And since Grund let me down earlier in this tournament, I'm gonna go ahead and throw in the unicorn. He's a really tough tank if you haven't already noticed from here. I wanted to throw in the prismatic energy, but that was a little bit too much mana. So I went ahead and threw in the double heal along with the princess here, a little chicken for extra flavor, and let's get after it. Oh, looks like the unicorn brought home a dub. Let's get to the footage and figure out how. First read is he picked up a Mylord. Second read, he only has one heal, so that gives us a pretty distinct advantage, even though he's gonna slow us a little bit. I have more magic damage, and my unicorn is not going to really be affected much at all. This is gonna be a walk-away dub. Yeah, it's clear they're not even gonna take out the unicorn at this point. By the time they get rid of the psychic and take off the double heal, my unicorn's still at full strength, and they are down to their last four bits of damage. It's just not enough. Toru, you brought into my lore, you put up a strong fight, but
Aga Prime reigns supreme.
Alright, on to our next matchup. We have Amari rocking 100,000 power. Battle conditions, 18 mana cap. No death, no earth. Everybody gets blast, and all ranged attackers get sneak. Let's get after it. So, have I mentioned before that I'm not good at low mana matches? Anyway, so my plan was to grab a tank. I wanted the Warrior of Peace, but I settled for the Pelacor Conjurer, who's not a bad second option. And then I figured we would try and take advantage of the blast ability by putting in, low cost attackers who would be able to kind of flood the field with blast. Throw in a chicken for a little bit of extra flavor, and see how it shakes out. So, and of course, we didn't win this one. Let's get to the footage and figure out why. This is just a bad team selection by me. We don't really have to go any further than that. My summoner is not buffing my archers, so they're not going to even be able to harm the living lava. I actually have nobody on the field that can hurt the tank.
Embarrassing.
This is one area where I can grow. In these tournaments, sometimes I get these low meta matches, and I just kind of freeze up and put poor teams. It happens. But that's great, because the whole point of this channel is us growing and getting better so that we can eventually take these tournaments. So Amari, you can have this one, but don't get cocky. I'll be coming for you. Watch out for me. Well-deserved win. We've made it to the final matchup. Our match is against a Blaze of the Bright and Blooms Bistro, rocking 44,000 power. He's got we have a mana cap of 38. Only water and life available. No melee monsters, and all ranged attackers get sniped. This one's rough looking back on it. I'm guessing that I must have forgot or misread what that second rule set was, because I put nothing in there to protect me from sneak or even snipe for that matter. I put in a tank and a straight gun line. If Airblaze just plays a decent team, I'm gonna be in trouble. Let's see how it shakes out. Okay, looks like Airblaze bested us in this contest of wills. Let's get to the video and see if we can figure out what his key to victory was. I was initially pretty critical of my team selection, but looking at their team, my team selection wasn't really bad. Outside of, they have the Prismologist and I don't. But the real thing is just the level difference in the cards. The fact that some of their cards were level 2s allowed them to go first, and we really had the exact same strategy. They were just able to hit first, and that determined the victory. Well-deserved win, Blaze, but don't get cocky. I'll be coming for you in the next one. That's it for this video. If you like the content, make sure to slam that like button, and if you want more, please go ahead and subscribe and click that notifications icon so that you'll get notified when I upload more videos. There's more coming. Until next time, Aga Prime, out.